It's Dre Murray, man. We out here at the Warriors album release party for All In out here at ATX. You know what I'm saying? Holding it down for the King of Kings.
Yeah. So how did you get to know the Warriors? I know you're on their new album.
Oh man, that's a good question. I have to think about that because it's like I've been knowing Victorious is who I talk to the most. It's kind of like I've been knowing him for a long time. So I really it's kind of a blur when I actually first met them. I think it was actually at the South by Southwest in Austin this past March.
Yeah.
And we kind of chopped it up, and he told me he had a respect for what I do, and we just started building from there. You know what I'm saying? Talking on the phone and whatnot, and just went from there.
Yeah. So what's your take on the song that you guys did together for this album?
Man, I love it, man. I love it, man. It's our first time performing it tonight. Hopefully we get to do it, many more times to come. But man, I love it, man. It came together pretty nice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's an awesome song.
And you did the song 180, and I've seen you. You did it in Oklahoma, I think, in a tuxedo and some fresh J's and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about that event. And
180 is a youth group out of Church on the Move is one of the biggest churches in Oklahoma. It's in Tulsa, Oklahoma, actually. But the youth group is huge, man. It's like its own movement, man. A bunch of kids is on fire for God, and they have this deal they call 180 Live. And they basically put this huge, they mix drama with, it's kind of like a stage play almost. So I came up with a song for the youth group called 180, and then we did this huge, kind of stage presentation for it, and I dressed up in the tux and all that, man. And it was awesome, man. Like 70 kids came to Christ that night, man. It was all for a great purpose, so it served its purpose. But it's a great song too, so I keep doing it over and over.
Yeah, and last year you and Whit gave the Hell's Paradise, and then put out a deluxe edition that was all for free. And
yeah.
Did I hear you say earlier you're working on a version 2 or Hell's Paradise 2.0?
Yeah, you be listening, man. Yeah, we actually started. We're playing with a bunch of different. I've never really talked about this. We're playing with a bunch of different ideas as far as how to present it, because me and him, when we hooked up, we said we never want to do the same thing twice and just be repetitive. So it's going to be different from the first one. Is all I can say right now, because we're still trying to figure out when and how. But we've started recording for it. So it's going to have the same feel. It's just going to continue the story apart of Hell's Paradise, the original version. So
yeah, and for people that may not know kind of the theme behind that or be confused by the title, what's kind of a little elevator pitch for what it's about?
Hell's Paradise, basically, God gave me this, I know this kind of cliche, but a lot of people say God talked to him and God gave me this, but I felt it in my spirit just from what I was seeing, that people were just confused and stuck in their ways, and it was kind of like they were brainwashed almost. So they're really in hell, in this mentality, but they think they're in paradise. You know what I'm saying? So everything is like flipped upside down. It's just the opposite of what it should be. And it's kind of like I say the sky is blue, and they're telling me it's red, and they say it with like so much conviction that they actually believe it. So that's what Hell's Paradise is.
Yeah.
And it's a place. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. And your shirt, you got an anchor we were talking about it earlier.
Yeah.
Some dude stopped you at dinner. Tell people a little bit about that.
Yeah, man. This is Group Fly. You know what I'm saying? I support this. It says hold down the block. That's what the anchor is for.
Cool.
But Group Fly it's a clothing line out of Oklahoma City. One of my buddies it started up a while ago. Actually, he's doing pretty well. And we were in Chipotle eating, man. And I guess he went to UT. I don't know if he went to UT or not. But he asked me where did I get that shirt and what it was for, and told him about the shirt. In the parking lot, Sketch was like, "Hey, tell him about Hell's Paradise and your music." So got to give him a CD, and hopefully, it leads down the path to where he can be introduced to, if he hasn't already, I don't know, I want to assume, but maybe introduced to Christ for the first time. So yeah, you never know what a T-shirt can do. You know what I'm saying? Groupfly.com, by the way, y'all go check that out.
Yeah. And then finally, when is the Dre Murray folk country album coming out?
Man, I gotta wrap up some, I gotta wrap up the Real album and HP2, and got a lot of other stuff going on, man. I gotta learn how to play the guitar first before I actually do a folk album. But man, it's coming. Y'all be looking out for it. For real.
Yeah.
For real.